Hi guys, I'm about to do something completely bonkers, which is record a video while people are here that are in the class listening to me teaching like an insane person. Can you believe it? Okay. It's like COVID never happened. Okay, so today we're doing 1.2 data classification. You can add these definitions to the ones that you already have started. People are applauding for my notes. Or you can start a new sheet or do definitions in your notebook, whatever you want. Okay, so we're doing 6 definitions today, and we're going to be doing this flow chart, which you can get by just printing off on my, you know what, I'm rethinking this. No, I still want to use a flow chart. I think it's the easiest. Okay, so, all right, so the first word we're doing is called qualitative. Qualitative. And today we're basically going to be putting data into categories, which is required, especially if you're taking AP Stats after this. So a qualitative data is attributes, and I can't spell attributes. All right, let's fix this. Attributes, A-T-T, attributes, labels, anything that is not a number. And I'm going to put usually after that, and that's confusing, huh? We'll talk about that in just a second. Attributes, labels, not usually a number. So for example, something that could be qualitative about you, for example, could be your name. It could be the color of your shirt. It could be your favorite band. Anything that is not a number, but more something about you or something about something. Make sure that there is actually one thing that is qualitative, or a few things that are qualitative that are numbers, and that's any label that defines you. So for example, like if you are in football, your jersey number, that counts as qualitative. After all, with your jersey number, it's not like they are like, okay, so who's the best football player here? Okay, you're number 1. And then who's the second best football player, until they get to the worst football player and give them the number 99. Like, that doesn't happen. It's just a number, right? I know that sometimes it's related to like positions and stuff like that, but again, it's just a label. Same thing with like your social security number. That's just a label of who you are, not anything about you. It's not like the third number from the end tells you how tall you are. Nothing to do with that. The other kind of data is quantitative data. And quantitative data is numbers that mean something. So, and by numbers that mean something, I mean not a label. So for example, numbers that mean something could be your height, if we're just talking about you. It could be your height, it could be your age, it could be your, what's another good one? Weight, anything like that, where it's a number that actually has a reason. Not like if somebody says, what's your weight? You're not going to be like, well, my favorite numbers are 6, 2, and 8, so 628 pounds is how much I weigh. This is a specific thing that is you can actually answer about yourself. Okay, and then, so this is the 2 kinds of data, and then there's 4 levels of measurement. So this is the 2 kinds of data. And then there are 4 levels of measurement that we're going to talk about. And we're going to make a flow chart as well. Okay, So the 4 levels of measurement are in order: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Every piece of data can be split into these things. Nominal data is qualitative only. Nominal is essentially almost all, if there's ever like a word, almost all words, not necessarily numbers, labels, that kind of thing. What else? Let's see, words, labels, attributes, almost exclusively quantitative. So let's see, nominal. Let's say we're talking about something about a person coming to school. Okay, so like the color of their mask, that's nominal. Ordinal is can be qualitative or quantitative. And for that one, things can be arranged in order. So a lot of like rankings are here. But an important thing to note is that the differences don't matter. So subtraction doesn't matter in this case. And I'll explain that in a second. So let's say that I made a list of my top 3, the top 3 people finishing in a race, okay? And Michaela happens to win this race, and then in second comes in Jason, and then we've got Jackson coming in third. Okay? Now, if you look at this list of 3 people, you know that Michaela won, right? But you don't know how far ahead she was of Jason. She could have been like a second beating him, or it could have been like 10 minutes, right? Where she was just running and beating him no problem. So, because I don't know this difference, I don't know what the difference is, the subtraction doesn't matter. If I take 2 minus 1, 1 what? 1, who knows? I don't know what the difference is. I just know what they are in order. That's called ordinal, order, ordinal. Interval is only quantitative. So is ratio, by the way. And this one you can go above and below 0. This is stuff like temperature. And in this case, 0 is just a position on the scale. So for example, with temperature, like let's say it was 0 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which isn't rare for Minnesota, right? So it's 0 degrees Fahrenheit outside. It's not like if you said what temperature it is and I said it was 0 degrees, I don't mean that there's no temperature outside. I mean that it's a little bit warmer than -1 and it's a little bit colder than 1, right? It's just a position on the scale. Another idea with this is time. If I say